This is a real, genuine human brain. Yeah. This is kind of a unique one. This is someone that had probably some kind of language deficit. Someone that couldn't speak well or couldn't hear language or interpret very well. Kind of the area of their brain that's responsible for that. I guess human function is missing. It's like atrophied away to where it's not there anymore. So this could be someone that might have had Alzheimer's, which is a disease that kind of affects your memory and your interactions with other people.
And so then it goes to a different
Yeah, so you can tell,
and I don't know
like
exactly which areas, but
looking at another brain. So this brain, you can see everything is really well developed. All the folds are big and plumb, and it kind of implies that. I guess just size-wise, it's healthier. Whereas in this one, you can see that it might be a little bit more smaller, not as plump and developed.
Yeah.
I was just kind of talking about how you can tell this one would be more active as opposed to this one, how it would imply that it might have been someone that had.
A really good way of telling is to look on the backside, the occipital lobe right over here, and look at how tight the ridges are, and the space between the ridges is very, very narrow. Whereas over here, I don't have gloves on, but over here, you can drive a truck through that. And that means that the cortex itself has shrunken because there's been neuronal cell loss. The nerve cells themselves have died, and everything is getting smaller, with more space. And on the inside, we actually have you can actually see that the cavities that are in the middle of the brain, ventricles, are much larger.
This is probably from a child or someone that was maybe 12, 14 years old.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's what they hope I can still remember. Yeah.
Orientation.
So they just took the class. Yeah. So you can imagine, a lot of this is just kind of like we divide based on kind of the what we call sulci, which are kind of like the tracks in between these ridges that you see. And so kind of from this would be kind of the central sulci. Everything forward would be the frontal lobe. And so this up here is going to be what's responsible for kind of your behavior, your personality, kind of what influences kind of who you are. This strip right in the middle kind of affects what gives you your sensations, as well as lets you let you move your arm. So when you're like, I want to move my right arm, that signal's coming from this part of your brain. And so this top part is called the parietal lobe. And then so the very back portion, we call this the occipital lobe. And so this is what kind of allows you to see, visually integrate things, and it kind of all works together with the coordination of what we call the cerebellum.
Yeah, it's kind of a different.
And so this is what's kind of responsible for really fine motor movements. If you learn how to play the piano, that fine finger coordination is going to this spot, in coordination with everything that your brain tells you to do. That's right. So this is what's going to be in the very back.
So this is what happens.
And then if you're playing the piano, what's going to allow you to kind of hear and kind of interpret those signals comes from what we call the temporal lobe. So that's going to be this part, like right on the side.
It's kind of missing.
Yeah.
So this probably
that's kind of the short, sweet version.
So somebody has a stroke.
This one here probably had a stroke or a middle cerebral artery. Well, and also the different technology. And so this tissue is on the process of dying, but most likely this is
okay. Actually, yeah, she's holding it right now. But so essentially, what would happen? So you have all these blood vessels supplying parts of your brain. And so with a stroke, essentially what that means is that for whatever reason you're not getting the right amount of blood to that area, it's not the right level of oxygen and nutrients. That part
it can be either side. The middle cerebral artery specifically is the most common area, and that goes up to the right side.
Can't control the right side of the body.
Well, it goes up.
It's because this is kind of a weird thing. It's because it's something happened on the left side. So with your arms and your movements, like on the right side is controlled by the left side of the brain. What will happen is the brain actually sends neurons and projections through and kind of projects to this side of your body. And so if there was something here, like say, you want to see that little chip there, that's from us. But say that was a stroke, like there was a stroke in that area, that would kind of affect the rest of your body. The way that it's mapped on the brain, it's called the homunculus, which is fancy word for how the brain maps to the human body. And so like what controls our feet and our legs is kind of down deep inside the middle. And if you imagine like a stick figure wrapped over the top of the brain with like your stomach here, your chest and arms here, and kind of your face and everything else down here, that's how it kind of be represented. So if you had a stroke here in this part of the brain, you kind of get that facial droop. You might not be able to, your smile might be lopsided, you might not be able to raise your eyebrows, your speech would be different. And then whereas if it was up here, you might have like partial paralysis. We couldn't hear on